It's just, you get to the point where you just let everything go and forgive. That's this thing. Regardless of what the other side is thinking or acting or doing, because all that's going to do is just literally just eat you up inside and just kill you from the inside out. And they don't even have to do a thing. And yet they want.
So long, sucker.
Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear the words spilling from your mouth? Can you hear all the anger you are ranting on about? Dad, where did you go? Where's your mind? Where's your head? Dad, were you even listening to a word I just said? Dad, can you stop? Stop the lies, stop the betrayal. For once, just stop making the memories feel so fatal. Dad, can you hear me? Can you picture me? Dad, can you imagine a whole nother life without me? I had to imagine a childhood without you, believing a father was too good to be true. Dad, I always wanted you to be proud, to be known as your glowing, intelligent daughter, despite when my A's turned to B's and your smile would falter. Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear the loneliness in my voice? Can you hear the breaking of my heart when I became your second choice? Dad, why do you always keep secrets? I think it's about time for both of us to come clean, lay everything out on the table, and let's tear down that screen. Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear the shrieking wail of sirens in the distance? Can you hear Mom falling to the floor when you left with your mistress? Dad, do you remember? Remember the 10-year-old calling and crying? No, because you didn't pick up while Mom was overdosing and dying. Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear the crunch of the windshield as our lives began to flash? Can you hear yourself blaming us for the rolling car crash? Dad, I know art wasn't what you wanted, but did you really have to constantly lecture me on which path I should take, when instead you should have believed me when I said art wasn't a mistake? Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear your kids wheezing from the laps you made us sprint? Can you hear my blood boil just for you to get the hint? Dad, can you just stop for 1 second? I've been carrying this heavy burden for too long. The fighting never ends because you never want to admit that you were wrong. Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear your little girl begging and screaming? Can you hear your children still trying to make sense of the healing? Dad, can you just listen to me? I've been fighting this battle with you since I was 15, and you dared to let that bitch of a wife intervene. Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear the way you would corner and yell at your son? Can you hear the pain you instilled in us that cannot be undone? Dad, I haven't seen you in 2 years. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I know not inviting you to my wedding left you with a sting. Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear demons reopening old wounds in my mind? Can you hear the echo of a father I am trying to find? Dad, I just wanted you to accept me, trust me, protect me, love me. Now I want you to stop haunting me. Dad, do you realize the scars you left in my head? Dad, do you realize my trust in you is now dead? Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear the anger flowing through my veins? Can you hear the roar of resentment that still remains? So Dad, answer me this. Was this your way of trying to make me tough? Was this your way of telling me that I wasn't enough? Can I be honest on something?
ahead.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard you say sorry for anything.
No, I've said it a few different times, but that's fine.
Dad, let's not play games. Times have changed. I'm not that little girl searching anymore. You know, I never really wanted this war. Dad, I have come so far. I've begun making something of myself, jumping over obstacles without anyone's help. Dad, I have learned to love again, an emotion that died in your cold shadow long ago, but just as a wildflower relentless, I learned to grow. Dad, I want you, but I don't need you. You've ingrained bad memories into me, don't worry, but I think it's about time to close the chapter on this sad story. So Dad, can you hear me? Can you hear me trying to put the pieces back together to see what I can restore? Can you hear me in front of you? Just trying to unlock that door.